What it do, y'all? Bread Tuck Rob, Bread Tuck Gang forever. Y'all know what it is. Bread Tuck Legacy, all that. We value us. Check this out. I saw a series of tweets or Instagram posts, whatever, from Dez Bryant, where he was talking about, black people in America and how it's not white people's fault that we're in the position that we're in. Now, before I read the Instagram post, I looked at what Shannon Sharpe had to say about Dez Bryant on Undisputed. Shannon Sharpe was talking about how systematic racism exists and how black people, we already have 3 strikes. We already have one. There, you get 3 strikes, then you're out. But we come in with 1 strike already because we're black, and usually when you get 3 strikes, you're out, but you get another chance to bat. And he was saying that we don't get that. Now, after I'm hearing Shannon Sharpe, I'm like, man, okay, man, Dez Bryant, I'm about to get on your ass. Then I read and looked, and it's good to go look at things for yourself. Then I read what Dez Bryant said, and I mean, he had a point. Now, let me explain that. I'm not on no all lives matter type stuff, but let me explain that. As black people, there's one thing I didn't agree with, but I'm gonna get to that. But as black people, we have to recognize that systematic racism does exist. There are structures, infrastructures, and systems in place that are designed to hold us back and that are designed to designed for us not to win and aren't designed to advance us. We have to know that. Now, in knowing that, it is up to us to take in information that will help us around these traps, around these maneuver within these infrastructures to put ourselves on top, to create situations for ourselves. Let me just give you a quick example to make this a little more relatable. If you're driving down the street and you see a bunch of potholes, I mean, are you just gonna drive directly into the potholes knowing that they're there? Or are you gonna kind of maneuver it? It may take you a little longer to get where you get, but if you don't want to take that damage to your car though, you gonna maneuver wisely. You go, man, it's a pothole here. I might gotta creep up on it, which will take me a little longer to get to my destination. So I might gotta creep up on it and hit it slow, or I might wait here till this lane is clear, go around it, or do whatever you have to do to avoid that pothole, man. That's what we have to do as black people. So what Shannon Sharpe was saying, this stuff exists, man. Systematic racism, the system of white supremacy, all that exists. But what Dez Bryant was saying is true also. Now, what he said that I didn't agree with, he was saying, we just have to take accountability for ourselves. Now, that's true to a certain extent, but once I know better, once I take in information that allows me to press forward and I know better, it is up to me as a black man and a black person and a human being to educate the next black man. If I see the next black man or black sister out here looking crazy, it is up to me to go to them like, hey, listen, I know you're doing it this way, but check this out. This is something a little different for you. This may work. It worked for me. At least take this in, sit with it, think about it. Don't continue going your way. Now, come on, man. We have the obligation to pass on information to the next man that looks just like us, man. Because this, for us to advance, is going to work as a collective. One person that's doing it by him or herself, what does that do for all of us? Shout out to you. But we still struggling, Doc. So I slightly disagree with Dez Bryant with that. But what he was saying, I feel like was, hey man, some of us just sitting on our behind. Some of us just taking advantage of the system. Let's pioneer something. Let's collaborate on something. Let's do something that's gonna help us push forward. Man, check this out. Some of us as black people, our daddies don't die and leave us generational wealth from 400 years ago like other cultures have. But as a collective, we could collaborate, put our little coins together and create something. But that's all I'm gonna hit you with, man. I done already went 5 minutes. Like I say, Dez Bryant had a point. Now, not all of us play pro football, but But we're smart enough to go to the table, get up off of our behinds, and figure something out, and leave a legacy for our children, put our children in position to not have to face some of the things that we face on a regular basis, because economically we are not as empowered as others. But I'm gonna leave it right there, man. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe. That brother knows what he's talking about, man. His last name fits him. That brother Sharpe, man. That boy Sharpe with the suits, and he just sharp with the intellect. And shout out to Dez Bryant, man. He said something that it made sense. And I hope they're able to go on Undisputed and talk it out. But y'all know what it is. Bread Tuck Rock, Bread Tuck Gang forever. We value us. H-Town all day. Y'all mucho. Take it easy.